Okay, so coming to our mats. Let's have a little warm up to start with. I'm just going to keep my phone handy for time because I know what I'm like. I'll just tilt my screen a little bit further up. Okay, so Michaela and Lois as well, you can either stick with me when it comes to the abdominal work, hence no abdominal work, and just do the arms and the legs. If you're uncomfortable on your back at any point and you feel like you want to come up and off it, do come up and off your back. Otherwise, hopefully we're all ready. Give me a little wave, a little thumbs up just to make sure that you can all see me. Perfect, good, 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 good. Great. Okay, so let's just start standing on our mat, our feet hip width apart, nice and even weight down through the feet, and just avoid collapsing through the inner arch of the foot. So just have a little lift of the inner arch. And if you've got a blueberry, just place it underneath there and you're not wanting to squish that blueberry. Okay, shoulders, let's just settle the shoulders down away from the ears. Finding the length from the crown of the head, so the back of the top of the head, as if there's a piece of string and someone's pulling and elongating us upwards. Another little bit of imagery is someone's got a hold of the back of your ears and they're lifting your ears up towards the ceiling. And as that's happening and lengthening, the shoulders are sliding down in towards our back pockets, or the shoulder blades, sorry. Okay, and then we're just making sure that our rib cage is directly over our hips at the front. Okay, so that we're not flared with the rib cage or we're not rounding forwards. We're just nice and even with that rib to hip connection. Okay, and the knees are nice and soft to start with. Okay, so let's just take our shoulder shrugs to begin with our nice deep breath. So we're inhaling to bring the shoulders up. And then just exhale, gently bounce and release. So this idea is to just take a nice deep breath in and then exhale. Just verbally let that breath go, and also physically, so give everything a nice shake out as you gently keep the knees soft and wobble those arms and hands. 2 more. Inhale, shoulders come up, feel where they shouldn't be, and then exhale, just let them go. That's it. 1 more time. Inhale, shoulder shrug. Exhale, gentle bounce and release. Good. Okay, let's just take some shoulder rolls, inhaling to bring the shoulders up, exhaling to open out and circle down. Good. And we're just going to take 3 more. If you want to take the hands onto the top of the shoulders and lift with the elbows and just make that movement a little bit bigger, feel free to come into that one as well. 2 more. Inhaling, lifting up, either just with the shoulders with your arms down or the hands on the tips of the shoulders, and then bring those shoulder rolls coming forwards. Again, either keeping the hands on the top of the shoulders, or if the shoulders are feeling a little bit more sensitive today, or the neck perhaps, you can always just keep your arms by your side. 3 more. Inhaling up, exhaling, coming forwards, this time with a little softening of the knees. And 1 more. Good, and release down. Just some nice gentle side bends with the hands either side of the thighs. Breathing in the center, breathing out, let's slide down towards the right hand side, following the hands with our eye line. Inhale to hold and exhale to come back up. So just nice and smooth, exhaling on the side stretch. Inhaling to hold, breathing into that side stretch and exhaling back up. 1 more time, just with the hands sliding down. Good, and then this time we're going to go back down towards the right hand side as the left hand peels up our rib cage. We're going to stay in our side bend so the left arm extends up towards the ceiling. Stay in it still and just feel that top hand try and touch the ceiling and that bottom hand try and touch the floor. But make sure you've still got weight on the opposite leg. Okay, so you've got weight on both legs. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out, just release down. And then we'll do that the other way. So we exhale to slide the hand down the leg as the opposite hand traces up the rib cage. We then extend the arm towards the ceiling, looking down towards the mat. Top hand is trying to touch the sky. Bottom hand is trying to touch your mat, but the weight's even on both legs. Inhale Exhale, release. Let's just do that one more time. If this is too deep, holding the side stretch, just stick to your gentle side bends without the arm extension. That's it. Always looking down towards the mat to keep the neck nice and soft. One more time. That's it. Spend that moment with the arms reaching in opposite directions and then exhaling, coming back up. Okay, 2 shoulder rolls at the top, and then we're just going to take some neck and head movements. So we're just going to fold the chin in towards the chest, so it's literally just chin to chest. And if you want to, interlink the fingers, and you can pop the weight of the hands just onto the back of the head and the neck to create a little bit more stretch if you can. Take a couple of breaths there, either with the hands on the head or just here. And then we're going to lift head, continue to lift the chin towards the ceiling, keep your shoulders down and take the palm of the hands onto the lower back. Without thrusting the hips forwards, keep your ribs and hips stacked, but just lift the upper back, so thoracic extension. Draw the elbows together and the shoulders down. Take a couple of breaths here, and then we're going to do it the other way again. So we're just going to gently relax the arms down, bring the chin to the chest. Either just stay here so it's simply a head and neck movement, or you can maybe curl a little bit further forward and bring the hands linked behind the head, just to create a little bit of stretch. And you might want to just bring a little bit of gentle rotation one way and then the other into this upper body curve. And then we're going to release the hands in the center. And then we're going to come back up through center and lift the chin and the chest, keeping the shoulders down. Bring the palm of the hands to the lower back, keeping the pelvis in neutral. We're just going to come into thoracic extension. So imagine you've got a wall in between the shoulder blades and you're thinking of going up and over that wall. So it's just the upper back, shoulders are staying down, elbows are squeezing together. And then release the center. Still working that nice upper body expansion. We're going to take the arms out in front of us, rotate so the palm of the hands are facing the ceiling and the fingertips are together. Sorry, your little fingers. Okay, we're going to breathe in and we're going to open the arms out to the side as we lift the chin and the chest and think about that upper body extension we've just done. And then we're going to exhale and just draw the fingers together again. So we inhale, we open, palms facing up, lift the chin and the chest, and exhale, close, eye line back to center. So on the inhale, we lift and we look upwards, we open the arms, we open the chest, little extension, and we soften. 3 more, inhale to open. So this should feel like you're getting quite a nice stretch down the inner arms, the hands, and maybe the chest and the shoulders as well. And 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Keep the arms out to the side this time, but turn the palm of the hands down. And we're just going to tilt over towards the right hand side, looking down to the right. Breath in here, breath out, come back up. And 1 more time the other way. Good. And come back up, bring those arms down. Let's just take 2 slow roll downs through the spine, really nice and steadily. And Emma, you can do anything here instead of that, maybe some more shoulder rolls or side flexions or anything that feels nice. So let's just take 2 roll downs, inhaling to lift, exhaling, softening those knees and rounding down through the spine. So really taking your time, especially in these early morning practices, just to wake up the body. Allow the body just to come and hang over the legs, whether it's up here with the hands on the knees for support, or whether it's down, or maybe to increase that further, you want to place the hands on the opposite elbow and let the weight of the elbows just lead and guide the body down. Take a couple of breaths there. Then release the hands if you've had them folded, bend your knees and round slowly back up through the spine, really, really slowly. We're going to take another one of those. So a couple of shoulder rolls at the top and then just go into that second roll down when you're ready. So rolling down through the spine. So that nice segmental control through each vertebrae at a time, keeping the knees soft, remember, but finding that length and that lift from your sit bones with a little anterior tilt. Breathing twice into that roll down, nice and deeply, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then relax the arms. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, we're just rolling slowly back up again. Okay, We're going to do our full circle involving our side bend and then coming to a roll forwards through centre and then up and out the other way. Okay, so we're going to do that 4 times. So let's take our arms out to the side. Soften your shoulders down away from your ears into your back pockets and keep your knees soft. Inhaling there. On the exhale, we're going to take the left arm over. That's going to take us through a side bend, and then we're going to curve in our spine, release down and curve into our roll down phase we've just been in then. And then we gently breathe in, and as we breathe out, we take the front hand across the midline of the body, that then leads us up, and we finish back to where we started. Inhale where we started, exhale we go the other way. Okay, so we take our right arm up and over. We then soften through that central curve, so both arms relax for a second. Sorry, Emma, this is quite flexiony. And then the other arm switches to lead you up and out of that movement. And then we come here again. Okay, then we do that both sides again. So we inhale in the center, exhale, left arm comes over. We round forwards, we breathe in the center, relaxing the head. And then we exhale, our leading arm switches. So we come up and we come out. Lovely. One more time the other way. Exhale over the side. Inhale, rounding forwards, keeping that gentle scoop. Head and shoulders relaxed. Switch the leading arm, coming up and out the other way. Good. Arms out. And release down. Okay, just give everything a little bit of a shake out. So hands, fingers, wrists. You can even do sort of the flicky movement with the fingers that feels quite nice. It's almost like you're just expelling any kind of tension or stress. And then you can do the same thing through the feet and the ankles as well. So just giving everything a nice shake. Okay, and then standing a little bit wider, we're just going to take our pelvic circles to warm up through back, legs and hips. So hands on the hips, soften those knees. We're going to bring the pelvis forwards, round to the left, keeping the knees soft, round to the back, keeping the chest open, and then round to the right. So we're just going to do that 2 more times. So really big circle, bending those knees to bring that pelvic circle as big as you can. 1 more time. That's it, back to the center, and then we'll go around the other way for 3. So just doing this in your own time. Good. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed and feeling that movement happen within the pelvis and the hips. Good. Coming back up to center. Once you're in center, keep the hands on the hips, but bring those feet underneath the hips. And we're going to take some rises here, thinking of our balance. So imagine I've placed a soft ball in between your ankles and your knees, and you need to keep that ball there. So you need a little bit of activation in this inner line of the legs and the ankles. Hands on the hips, shoulders are down, crown of the neck lengthening, tummy engaged. Inhaling to prepare on the exhale. Let's lift off those heels to come onto the balls of the feet. Squeeze the imaginary ball. Inhale to hold, exhale to slowly lower those heels back down. Inhale, pause, exhale, go again. So we're lifting the heels off, drawing the inner ankles, the inner thighs, the pelvic floor and the core. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower down. So we're obviously thinking of gaining our length as we lift and rise. But then when we come down, try and maintain that height. So imagine someone's got hold of the top of your ears and they're not letting you lower as your heels come down. So just do 3 more of those. And then we're going to add an arm into that. Okay, so you don't need to be coming right onto the top of the toes there. It could be just a little heel lift, wherever you're comfortable. And just do 1 more there, really finding the length from the crown of the head, the engaged core, and the squeeze of the inner ankles. So we're avoiding the ankles ballooning out like that. We're squeezing them together and lowering. Okay, we're going to do another 6, but we're going to do them quickly now with the hands here. So inhaling to prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, excuse my clicking, 1. That's it. Okay, now we're going to do the slow ones again, but we're going to add the arm movement. So bring both arms by your side. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out and rise, this time the arms come out to the side. Imagine you're pushing down on a surface. Inhale again, hold the rise, take your arms up. Exhale, lower the arms. And then inhale, lower arms and heels. So we exhale, we lift heels and arms. Inhale, we hold our eyes and lift our arms further. Imagining someone's pulling us taller. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, lower heels and arms. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, squeeze and lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Arms out. Squeeze those inner ankles. Lock your core. Squeeze the pelvic floor as well. Feel everything draw up to support your balance. Don't let those outer ankles wobble out. 1 more time. Into that rise. Arms out. Shoulders down. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, press down on that imaginary surface. And then come down from there. Good. And after that, just give everything a little shake again. Okay, so warmed up, hopefully, or a little bit more warmer. Let's come into a 4-point kneeling position. So nice and gently coming down onto your mat when you are ready. Okay, so we're going to do the threading the needle exercise and upward scoop exercise that we did in Monday and Tuesday's classes. So I'm just going to quickly demo this on one side, and I'm going to come a little bit more diagonal so you can see me. So from your 4-point kneeling position, first time we're going to breathe in and we're going to open the arm upwards into our extension here. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to fold through as if we're doing the threading the needle exercise. The second time we breathe in and we come up, we tuck the toes. We then create the angry cat scoop of the spine as the arm goes overhead, and we hinge the weight back towards the feet. We then inhale, bring the weight back, and exhale, we return back into our thread. So we're basically alternating between a thread on the exhale and a scoop and a tilt back on the exhale. And we're going to do it 4 times either side. So let's go with the left side first. Starting in your 4-point, we're going to breathe in to extend the left arm outwards and upwards. And we're going to breathe out to soften the arm through into our threading the needle. We're going to breathe in to open out again. This time we're going to tuck the toes, and as we breathe out, we round the spine away from the mat, we curve our back and we draw the arm overhead. Inhale, we bring the weight to 4-point and open out. Exhale, we thread through. Inhale to open out again. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the weight back, hinging the hips. Tuck, scoop your pelvis underneath you and find that forward fold. Inhale, so we've got 2 more on this side. I'm just going to have a quick little look to make sure that you're okay with that one. That's it. So we're really mobilising out through the spine. We've got 1 threading the needle into 1 upper body scoop with the tilt back. That's it, and we all look like we're following that one okay. So after you've done your last one on the left, just simply switch to the right. So this is just all nice and mobilising for the spine, the arm and the chest and the shoulder. Just be careful, if shoulders are pulling, you could always stick to that hand on the head instead if you wanted to keep it gentle. So right side when you're ready. Inhaling to open the arm outwards and upwards, following the hand of the eye line, and exhale to thread through into that nice twist, looking the way the hands are reaching. Inhale, coming back up and out, tuck the toes, send the weight backwards, round your tailbone underneath you, draw the arm overhead to get that really nice stretch through the back. Inhale, open out, exhale, thread through. So I'm purposely doing this all really slowly so that you can feel each part of that and really mobilising to stretch through the spine softly. So we've got 2 more in your own time. Last time on this right side, and then just come into a child's pose release for me when you have done your final one. I know some of you might be slightly ahead or slightly behind me, so just come into your child's pose release when you've done your last side. So return into 4-point, opening the knees a little bit wider, bringing the feet together and gently sitting the hips back towards the heels. Softening in the elbows, bringing the forearms and the head down. I'm just taking a couple of breaths here. Okay, so keep your elbows soft in child's pose just to start with the head down. And then I want you to reach the hands away from you as much as you can, and then open them towards the top diagonal of your mat. And find the contact of the mat with your fingertips and really, really press into the mat. Okay, so the fingertips are reaching away and grounding into the mat, but the shoulder blades are drawing down towards your back. Lois and Michaela, if you weren't comfortable here, you could be slightly up here instead, keeping your bottom off your heels. And as for anyone else, if knees and hips are bothering, you can elevate the bottom slightly and still do this nice reach. So feel like reach away with the fingers, the grounding of the palms, but the pulling and the drawing back of the shoulders. One more nice deep breath in and out, and then bring those hands underneath the shoulders, round back up to full point. Okay, so we're going to do our swimming exercise from here. So opposite arm to leg. But we're just going to do it with a little bit of a difference, because when we come into our lift, we're going to hold. Okay, so let's take our right hand and our left leg, sliding along the mat away from us in opposition, keeping the square position of the shoulders and the hips. Lift into your swimming position. Keep your vision down to your mat ahead of your fingertips. And then what I want you to do is flex the hand on the right and the foot on the left, so that your back heel is up and your toes are down. And then on the hands, the fingers are up and the heel of the hand is down. So you're pushing away. And then physically think you're pushing a door away from you in front and the door away from you behind. Don't let anyone in that room from either side. So push, 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 push. And then close the arm and leg back down. And then let's go left arm, right leg. Slide away from the midline. So oppositional swimming, we come into our lift, we're secure with the core, align with the shoulders and the hips, and then we flex the back foot, toes down, heel lifted, and then the left hand is flexed as well, and as if you're pushing someone or a door away from you. Don't let anyone near you. So that back leg wants to lengthen even more as you push through the heel, hopefully feeling that glute work and the front hand, and then return back in. We're going to do that 4 more times. So right arm, left leg, extend away, come into your lift, secure, and then flex. So toes down, fingertips up. So back heel is lifted, left hip is still facing down to your mat. Push, 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 and then slowly bring it back in. So the reason we're doing this is to try and really make you think about the length of that oppositional arm and leg as you have it lifted, as you have the control of your core. So the back leg, the toes are down and the heel is up, and the hands, the fingertips up and the heel of the hand is down. That's it, and again. Just keep your breathing nice and settled. Flex the foot, flex the hand and push. Watch you're not overlocking that front elbow. So can you feel all that activation, particularly in the back glute, as you're pushing that leg away? One more time either side. Find the length through the crown of the neck as well. So make sure your eye line is staying down towards your mat, slightly tucking your chin. That's it. And just do the last side. Flexing hand and foot, pushing either side of the room away from you, as if you don't want anyone to come anywhere near you. Push, 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 push. Lower down, and let's settle back into child's pose. This time, with the forehead down, we're going to take the arms behind us. So again, if you didn't want to be flat down towards your heels, you'll be on your forehead with your arms released, just behind. And take a couple of nice deep breaths. Good, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders and let's come back up. Okay, so we're going to do our body circles from 4-point kneeling. Okay, so I want you to stay in your neutral 4-point, looking down slightly ahead of your fingertips. And just with your pelvis, I want you to create some nice small circles. I don't mind which way you go first. And also, if you want to tuck your toes under, you can tuck your toes. So try and make this a circle just with your pelvis and not with the rest of the body just yet. Okay, and then change the pelvis the other way and circle. Still keeping the stability of the shoulders and the softness through the neck. Okay, and then return to your first direction, but now involve the rest of the spine a little bit. So you're kind of creating what I call this disco cat movement. Okay, so the full back is going with that movement of the pelvis, and you might even feel comfortable enough to bring the movement of the head into that, if it feels natural. If it doesn't, just stick with the pelvis and the shoulders, and then go the other way. So start off just with the pelvis, then relax the shoulders so that the upper body kind of melts into that movement as well. Okay, and if it feels natural, you can bring that head circle into that movement as well. So 2 more of these. Don't worry if you feel a little bit bizarre and you're not quite sure you're doing it right. There isn't a wrong and a right with this one. We're just mobilising. Good, and then just soften it back to 4 point. Okay, so we're going to take some push-ups now. We're going to be doing them with wide elbows and the bottom nice and high for level 1. Or level 2s, you can walk out into your 3/4 plank. Still keep the elbows wide, but obviously keep your spine in line. Otherwise, you could come to full plank if you wanted to. So the variations for the first ones, we're going to be lowering down as we breathe in for 3. And we're going to breathe out and push up on 1. So let's do that sequence 4 times. So we're going to lower down as we breathe in 1, 2, 3, and we're going to push up on 4. And again, lower 1, 2, 3, push up on 4. Good. 2 more times this way, and then we're going to be reversing these push-ups so that we breathe in and lower down in 1, and we push up 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now let's reverse that. We're going to lower down as we breathe in 1, and we're going to push up, breathe out. Breathe in, come down 1, push up 2, 3, 4. 2 more times, keeping those elbows wide. Lower in 1, push up 2, 3, 4. Last time, lower down in 1, push up 2, 3, 4. Good, and let's just sit back into child's pose again. Bring those arms forwards, stretch the arms again. Maybe not quite as extended as we did before. Little softness within the elbows, and relax the forehead down. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths in between. And then we're going to come onto our back in a moment and work a few different abdominal exercises. So if you're like me and you're going to keep your head and your shoulders down, which is probably going to be Lois and Michaela as well, and anyone else that wants to take that level just a little bit softer, so that we're not doing an ab crunch. Maybe take a block if you have one, or a thin pillow behind the head. Okay, otherwise just come down onto your back. Okay, so we've got a mobility exercise just to start with. Once you're down onto your back, you've got both arms out to the side, away from the midline of the body. The shoulders are away from the ears, and we're just going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Right hand is going to hold onto the right knee, and we're going to take some nice big circles with that knee and the hip. So I'm starting going outwards, away from me, to open the knee and the hip, and then drawing that knee back inwards. So just do 2 more and then switch the direction of those circles. So once you've done your last one going out, take the leg across the midline and then out. So going inwards to out for 5. So we're just mobilising into the ball and socket joint of the hip, and maybe softening out through the back as well. That's it. And then once we've done both directions on the right, we're simply going to do the left. So your right arm stays out, left leg comes in, hold on to the left knee with the left hand, and we take those circles again. Okay, so just nice and gently, keeping your breath nice and soft. That's it, and then another 5, but change the direction of those knee circles. That's it. So just warming up through the hips, mobilising through the joint and softening the lower back paps. And then bring both legs back down and both arms back in by your side. We're going to take a few double knee folds. Options for arms. You can either keep your arms just down by your side here for support, or you might want to take the arms into your cactus position, or possibly into a high Y position. So the arms are not directly behind the head. If you've got your arms extended, they're sort of open out to the diagonals. So obviously having your arms in either cactus or Y is just going to create a bit more stretch through the front of the shoulder. By all means, have your arms down. So you're going to breathe in the center, release the knees down to the right hand side as the shoulders stay facing the ceiling. Breathe in to the knee fold and breathe out to bring those knees back to center. Inhale in the center, this time release the knees down to the left. Keep your shoulders square to the mat. Inhale to hold, exhale to come back. One more time, just like that, either side with the arms, potentially either in cactus or in a high Y position, just to bring a little bit more stretch through the upper back. You've just got to work a little bit harder if your arms are behind you to keep those shoulder blades square to the mat as the knees fold. Just watch you're not arching too much as you come into that twist. Just a nice gentle twist. Then I'm going to give you the option to do 4 more, but from the legs in double tabletop. So if you want to, you can lift one leg to tabletop, secure your abdominals and lift that second leg as well. Okay, and then squeeze, if you've got both legs lifted, squeeze the shins and the knees together. And you can do your hinges 4 times more. Otherwise, stick with the feet down. If you're in tabletop, you'll hinge on the exhale. You'll inhale to hold that hinge and you'll exhale back. Okay, so 4 more, either with the feet flat in contact with the mat to keep it nice and gentle like I'm doing. Otherwise, you can have those legs lifted from tabletop, just to bring those abdominals into that movement a little bit more. Still making sure that you keep your shoulders square to the mat. One more time, over to the side. And recovering back. Okay, if you've had your legs in tabletop, bring them back so the feet are flat and bring your arms back down by your side. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. And the reason that we've done that is because for some of you, in a moment, once we've got the exercise, you might come up to an abdominal curl with the hands supporting the back of the head. But if not, just keep the head and the chest down the whole time. So we've got our knees bent, our feet flat. We're going to breathe in and fold the right knee in towards the chest. We're going to breathe out and extend the right leg over the hip. We're going to breathe in to flex the foot. And we're going to breathe out to lower and lengthen that right leg away from us without losing our core connection. So we breathe in to fold the knee in. We breathe out to extend it up. We breathe in to flex the foot. And we breathe out to push through the heel and lengthen the leg down, just to hover off. Let's do that 3 more times. If you want to, fold up chin to chest and come into an ab curl as you're taking these leg développés. So we're unfolding the leg. We're bringing it in on the inhale, up on the exhale, flexing the foot to push through the heel, and then lowering down, keeping that rib to hip. Let's do 2 more on this right side. So you can either, like I am, just work the leg, the rib to hip connection, but keep the head and the shoulders out of this. Otherwise, you are lifted into an abdominal curl with your eye line towards the front of the room. That's it. 1 more time on this right side, and then once you've done the reps, lower the head and chest down if you've had them lifted, and then we're going to go on the left side. Okay, so for those for ab curl, you might want to fold chin to chest again and come up. And then on the inhale, bring the left knee in towards the chest this time, extend it up. Inhale, flex the foot, push through the heel, draw the heel down, lengthen the leg away, but don't arch the back. Inhale, fold the knee in. Exhale, extend up. So you're either doing this like I'm doing with my head and my chest down, or you're doing it maintaining a nice thoracic curl with the eye line straight towards the front of the room. 2 more times on this left side. I'm just going to have a quick little look at how you guys are getting on. So it's all about the length of that leg as you push through the heel and draw the leg away from you as you lower it down. Keeping the spine in neutral. That's it, lovely. One more time. So it's all about the length of that leg, lengthening out of the hip, down towards the heel. Once you've done your last one on that left side, just relax head and chest down if you've had them lifted and bring the knees in towards the chest. Have a quick sip of water. Wherever I've put my water. That's it. Okie dokie, so next one, we are going to do the 100 pattern, but not for 100, just for the first section. We're going to do a single leg 100, but in external rotation with the leg and the foot flexed. So maintaining on our back, okay. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. We're going to lift the arms parallel off the mat. We're going to extend the right leg to about 45 degrees off your mat. Lengthen that leg as much as you can out of the hip. And then you're going to externally rotate the leg so that the knee draws to the outside and the heel is lifted. And then you're going to flex that right foot. So the leg from the hip joint is externally rotated and you are pushing through your heel. So you've got lots of activation down that right leg. Arms are off. You can either keep the head and the chest down or you're going to fold chin to chest and again come up into an abdominal curl now. Okay, just for 30 reps, we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 10, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 20, push through that supporting heel, out, 2, 3, 5, 30, okay, bend the knee in, bring that foot flat, do that the other side. So lift the left knee in, then extend the leg to 45 degrees, but don't lose the rib to hip connection. Externally rotate the left leg within the hip socket. So from the top of the thigh bone, the leg rotates out. So your heel is on the inside lifted. So if you could balance a cup of tea on the middle of that heel. Then you're going to flex the foot. Okay, arms lifted parallel, chin to chest maybe, and curl up into an abdominal curl. Holding your ab curl or staying here, we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Breathe, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 30. Lovely, relax down, bring the knee in and place the feet flat. Okay, so that was our little prep. We're going to do the full 100 exercise, just we're going to add a variation. So if you want to watch me, I'm just going to demo this variation so that we all know what we're doing because it's a little bit complicated with different levels. First level, you're going to keep your head and shoulders down. You're going to do the breathing, you're going to do the beats, but you're just going to have a single leg lifted, okay? Every 10, we're going to change from having our leg in tabletop to having it extended, okay? So the first lot, we'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10, extend, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10, and flex, 2, 3. Okay, so you get the idea, every 10 we're flexing and then we're extending. So the levels, you can either do it with a single leg, head and chest down. Lois and Michaela, make sure you stay here. Otherwise, we can come to double tabletop and then ab curl. And then every 10, you will be extending the legs out to 45 degrees and back into tabletop. Hopefully all those levels have been clear for you. Okay, so talking you through that, we're lying down onto our mat, feet hip width apart. We're either going to lift just the right leg and do 50 on this side and 50 on the next, or we're going to lift 2 legs here. Arms parallel to the mat. Other option is to add the abdominal curl as well. So you guys will be coming up to double tabletop in an ab curl. Holding here, we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10. Switch legs, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 30. Switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 40. Switch, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single legs, prepare to change the switch, 2, 3, 4, 5. out, 2, 3, 4, 60, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 70, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 80, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 90, 10 more, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 100, well done. If you've understood me, bring your head and chest down, bring the knees in towards the chest, and just give those knees and those hips a little wiggle. Good, hopefully you all stayed with me with that one. Too much effort to come up and check my screen from where I am, so hopefully you all got something out of that one. Let's just come into a full body stretch, or like I'm doing, just extend one leg away, but then both arms up and over the head. Just enjoy that nice full body stretch. And make sure that you move the head and the neck as well, so just gently rotate your head side to side, just to make sure that you're nice and free through the neck. And then we're going to bring our arms back down by our side, roll onto our side, or come straight up to sitting. I can see you all again. Lovely. So well done for sticking with me with that one, because I know it's hard when I can't really demo properly. So we have a side lying series now for our glutes and our legs. So I'm just going to come a little bit closer towards the screen, and I will just angle my screen down. So we're going to come and lie on our right hand side. And two options with this. You can either be on your forearm, up on your forearm here, having the elbow near enough directly underneath the shoulder and a lift of the rib cage. So you can do the whole thing with this upper body lifted on the arm, okay? Otherwise, if you want to, like I'm going to do today, come down onto a flat right arm and pop the head on the shoulder, maybe with a block or something in between the head and the shoulder. Okay, so you're either here or you are here. Both knees are bent, about 45 degrees away from the hips, and you're lining your heels up with your bottom behind you. Okay, so we're going to do our clams to start with. So top hand can either be on the top of the head for a little bit more balance challenge, or on the mat. Once we're in our clam position, we're going to open both of our feet off the mat. So we're going to lift the feet off. So knees are in contact, feet are lifted. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to open the top knee without tilting back. So if you need to pop your top hand on your top hip, as you open and show the inner thigh towards the ceiling, you are not letting those hips roll backwards. Keep the hips stacked. Okay, do 3 more. Exhaling as we open to clam. Inhaling as we lower down. And 2. Inhale, lower. Now you've got the option for the next 5. From our open position, we're going to extend a leg. So just be careful with hips if this is too much. We're going to open. We're going to keep that alignment, extend the top leg. We're going to flex back in, and then we're going to close down. So do that 4 more times if you're happy there. Open. Otherwise, just stick to the clam and the lowers. You don't need to add the extension of the leg. So we're opening on the exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, close. Inhale, return. 2 more. That's it. So we're really finding that length through that top leg if you are adding that extension. 1 more time into the extension or just the clam. And then once you return to clam, lower those ankles down. Okay, top hand either on the head or the mat. We're going to extend the top leg away. So it's just gone straight out in line with the hip, with the foot on the mat. We're going to lift the leg off. We're going to flex the foot, so we're pushing and lengthening that leg through the heel. And then we're going to rotate the leg internally. So we're going to turn the toes down and the heel up slightly. And your heel is aligning with your bottom. Okay, so the leg is just lifted off and it's internally rotated. On the exhale, we're going to lift that leg and inhale, lower it down. Exhale, we're lifting and inhale to lower. It's not a huge lift. You're more thinking of pushing through the heel to lengthen the leg as you lift it and inhale to lower it. That's it. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep pushing. That's why we've got the foot flex, so you can really push through your heel and lengthen that leg as you lift it and lengthen as you lower. One more time. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Now this time we're going to lift it. We're going to keep internally rotated, keep the core strong, and we're going to circle the leg back for 8 and 7 with minimal movement with the rest of the body. And 5 and 4, 3, 2, still pushing and lengthening to come forwards for 8, 8 and 7, still keeping internally rotated with that full leg, pushing through the heel, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, just lower that leg down, bend the knees, give the top hip and the glute a little bit of a rub. If you've been up on your forearm this whole time and you want to come off it, come off it. Now this one steps up a little bit in terms of our range of movement and stability. So we're now going to straighten both of our legs. Okay, and then I want you to bring your heels together and your toes out. So you've now externally rotated both of your thigh bones and your hips as you're on your side. So your hips are still stacked. You've just gone from having parallel legs to heels together, toes out, and now you're externally rotated. And hopefully, if you have your hand on the mat in front for a bit of stability, feel nice and long on that side. You can probably feel your bottom switch on and the glutes engage. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to keep the top leg and the bottom leg externally rotated, but peel the foot towards the knee. And then we're going to inhale and slide it back down. So we exhale, we're staying externally rotated in both legs, and we're peeling the top leg up, and we're sliding it down. 2 more. Inhale, slide it down. Exhale again. Now we're going to add a variation for the next 4 if you want to. We're going to unfold the leg and we're going to developate it up towards the ceiling. We're going to flex the foot and we're going to draw and lengthen that leg back down. So we fold it in, we exhale and we extend it up, we flex the foot and we draw the leg away and control it down. So this takes a lot of lengthening and control through the legs, but also a lot of core engagement to keep the body still. Now we've got both legs straight. One more time. Unfold the leg and either just lower it down or extend it back up. Lengthen, flex, and lower down. Good. Now the top leg is going to bend and it's going to come in contact with the mat in front of the underneath leg. Okay, so we're still in that external rotation of both hips. Underneath leg is now on the exhale going to squeeze and try and lift off the mat. Inhale, you're going to lower it down. So you're pressing through the heel on the underneath leg to push the leg and lift it, and inhale to lower it. So we're now using our inner thigh muscle on that underneath leg to lift and to lower. 1 more, and then we're going to do circles. So we're going to lift and we're going to lower. So this time we're going to lift the leg just off, keep the foot flexed, and we're going to circle forwards for 8. 7, keeping it lifted, 6, 5, feel your inner thigh work, 3, 2, 1, circle the other way for 8, and 7, stop if you need to, 6, 5, last one, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Good, just have both knees bent for a second. Make your way off the mat, whether you were on a forearm. If you managed to be on forearm that whole time, well done. If you were on forearm that whole time, just come to sitting in the center and just take a couple of shoulder rolls. Okay, so if you were stabilizing on that forearm, you'll probably just feel the need to do a couple of neck and head mobility movements. And even if you weren't, we're still going to do it. Before we come down onto our second side. That's it. Okay, how did that feel for everyone? Hopefully you all felt those nice juicy glute muscles and leg lengthening. So we're going to do the whole thing on the other side. Yay! So we're going to come down onto our left side now, or the other side if you were opposite to me. Okay, I'm going to come down to a flat arm and I'm going to put the block in between my shoulder and my head. Knees are bent, 45 degrees away from the hips, feet are together, top hand either on the hip or the head or the floor, and we're going to lift the feet off. Okay, so clams for 5. Inhaling, prepare. Exhale, open the top knee, but don't rock the hips back. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And 3, squeeze. Inhale, lower. And 2. Then we're going to do another 5 where you can either stay just doing your clams or we're going to add the extension. So we come to our open. We lengthen the leg out of the hip to extend the leg. We then fold it back in and then lower it down. So we're opening on the exhale. We're inhaling. Exhale, close. Inhale, return. 3 more. So it's all about lengthening that foot away from you as you extend that leg if you choose to. Otherwise, just stay in your clam. It is a hard exercise adding that longer lever on, so 1 more. That's it. Fold in, lower the knees down, lower the feet down. Okay, so from here, top leg is going to extend. You're parallel still. Okay, you're going to lift the top leg off the floor, lengthen it even more, and flex that foot. And then you're going to inwardly rotate the thigh bone within the right hip socket so that toes are down and the heel is lifted in line with your bottom. Exhale, you're going to lift a little bit higher but lengthen. Inhale, you're going to lower it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Really push through your heel. So you're almost trying again. Imagine someone's coming towards you from your foot and you're going, nope, stay away. Push through the heel and lower. 1 more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now this time you're going to lift the leg off to about hip width. Keep it internally rotated. Keep pushing through the heel and circle back for 8, 7. So this is just a circle of the legs, keeping the length through the heel. Try not to let the whole body swing around. If you can feel the whole body doing circles, really engage that core. 2, 1, and circle forwards for 8. Same thing, it's just the leg. 7 and 6. Lengthen through the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that leg down. Just fold the knees in, give that hip a little bit of a rub if you need to. If you've been on forearm and you want to come down to flat arm now, that's absolutely fine. So 4th exercise, both legs are going to straighten out. Make sure if you look down to your feet, you can still see your feet. You don't want to have your legs behind the midline of the body. If anything, you want them slightly in front. And then we're going to externally rotate from the hips, both thigh bones. Feel your glutes switch on at the back as you do that. So the heels are together and the toes are out towards the side. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to fold the top leg up and we're going to breathe in and slide it down, but keep externally rotated. Inhale, slide down. 2 more, just with the slide and the lower. Inhale, lower. 1 more, exhale, slide up. Shoulders soft. Inhale, lower. I gave you that correction because I could feel mine come up. Now add the extension if you want to. Unfolding the leg, lengthen the leg, flex the foot, and then push through the heel to lower down slowly. Keeping externally rotated with both legs. Peel up, soften the shoulders, extend the leg, flex the foot, and lower down. 2 more. So we fold. So this is that développé action again of the leg. Flex the foot, lengthen away. 1 more time with or without the added extension. So you could just bring it into here and lower it back down. Once you've lowered, we're just going to bend the top leg and bring it out in front. Okay, top hand is probably on the mat in front of you if it's not already. We're going to flex the underneath foot. Okay, and we're going to exhale and lift it off. Inhale, lower it back down. You might need to turn the inside leg parallel again. Otherwise, you'll have an awkward angle with that foot. Lifting. Inhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale. So again, you're pushing through that underneath heel as you lift. 1 more. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift again. And we're going to circle back for 8, 7. Keeping it lifted. 6, 5. Push through the heel. 3. Soften the neck. And circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Good. Bend both of those knees in. Gently peel yourself off that side. Bring those legs round to the front, either cross-legged or however is comfortable for you. And just take a couple of shoulder rolls there again. Well done. That was some intense sideline work on those legs. So it was feeling nice and long and lean after today's session. Just take a few shoulder rolls coming forwards. That's it. And then just with the hands on the top of the knees, let's settle ear to shoulder stretch. Making sure that the opposite shoulder stays down. So if you need to, like we do standing, take the opposite hand across, or you could take the same hand on the side that you're leaning to onto the side of the head to create that stretch. You might want to fold the chin in towards the chest from there and take a little upper body scoop. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming back up, lower the arm down and go over the other way. So ear to shoulder stretch, maybe taking the hand across to the opposite shoulder to keep that down, or onto the side of the head to increase the stretch, or around the back of the head and then tuck the chin in towards the chest to stretch out through the upper shoulder blades. And then in seated, we're just going to do 3 double arm raises and lowers to finish with. Inhaling to bring the arms up, exhaling down. 2 more. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to lower. And 1 more. And then we're all finished for the day. So you guys are free to do more stretching, more relaxation, or go and have a cup of tea and maybe your second round of toast. So thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you all got those levels okay. I know it is getting harder and I can't really demo with those abdominal work. Okie dokie, is everybody all right after that? Give me a little thumbs up, little wave if you are back to seated. So that one is recorded. I'll just quickly stop it.